If I had to describe Dying Light in one word, it would probably be enjoyable. About a week ago, I finished playing Dying Light, and it took me I probably spent about 12 hours on it. That was doing a few side missions as well. Going back to what I said at the beginning about it being enjoyable, it was. It wasn't the best game ever made, it was enjoyable. It basically was Dead Island, but with parkour and a bit more realism. I think the reason why I enjoyed the game so much is because I didn't get a gun for at least 6 hours into it. Literally 6 hours. But the combat is really, really nice. You hit something, it feels like you're actually hitting them. And the fact that the zombies are like never ending. You'll kill about 3, and then more of them will just appear. Some things do ruin it though, such as jumping off a building into a rubbish bag, or onto the top of a car or a vehicle, reduces all the fall damage to basically 0. The weapons in the game are pretty damn fine. With the fact that you can mod them with like electricity or poison or fire, it does make it feel like a successor to Dead Island. What I'm trying to say is it's an amazing Dead Island, but not set on an island. It's set in a little place. The map is split up into 2 sections. There is the slums, and then there is Sector Zero, which has about 4 other names for it, but Sector Zero is the only one I can remember, and I didn't write any of the other ones down. Both of them are really, really distinct. The slums are gritty, and it feels like an actual slum. I've never been to a slum, but I imagine that's what it'd be like. All horrible and dirty and disgusting, and I feel like I'm going to get robbed any second. But then, when you go to Sector Zero, which is the footage that you're watching right now, it all brightens up, and it looks a lot like Greece. If any of you have ever been to Greece, this is what it looks like. It's all blues and whites and kind of pastel-y loveliness. It's just a really nice aesthetic to go for. The switch between the slums and Sector Zero happens just past mid-game, I'd say. You have to go through a huge mission which takes you into the sewers, and it is a bit of a ball ache because one section you're underwater and there's loads of Rises men, who is the main bad guy of it all. That's who Rises. All of his men are just shooting at you, and you're underwater, and you can't attack whilst you're in water, and you've got nothing to do. You've just got to dive and figure it out yourself. And it does add a bit of tension to the mission that wasn't there before. The enemies are absolutely brilliantly designed. There's the normal zombies, and then there is the viral ones who go mental for sound. Then there's the toad. They're basically like the spitters from Left 4 Dead. That's what the toads are. Then there's the thugs, I think they're called thugs, who are basically giant SWAT team members who have mutated. I found it a nice change to the fact that they didn't force you to be at night time that long. There's 2 missions where they're like, right, you've got to be at night or you're not doing this mission. And when you're at night, all the zombies are mental and you can't see anything because there's no street lights, there's no electricity, nothing works at all. It's an absolute train wreck if you just try and do all that. It's mental. The crafting system's really nice as well. You scavenge, such as like on Skyrim or any other RPG basically. And then with the materials that you find, you can create like med kits and throwing knives and repair your weapons with metal pieces you find. And you can create Molotovs as well, which is probably the most handy thing in the entire game. If there's a crowd of zombies, you just do that at them, just throw one, and they're all dead basically. When you get to Sector Zero, they are a bit more aggressive and harder to kill, so a Molotov won't cut it, you've got to attack them after, and it is pretty annoying. So yes, this game is enjoyable. I think that's a really good word to describe it. Enjoyable. It's a really nice thing to see that 2015 is starting off like this. it really is a nice thing to see. Seeing as last year we had Thief around this time, which, if any of you can remember, wasn't amazing. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit of gameplay from Dying Light, which is just going to showcase the gunplay and a little bit of the nighttime. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to check out my full walkthrough of Apotheon, what I'm doing right now. If you don't know what that is, it is basically a 2D side-scroller, which has a really, really unique art style, which you'll probably like. So enjoy the footage of Dying Light in a bit.